Great Banquet. I had no idea what that was. John, who has a gift of persuading people to do what he wants. And I went over on the weekend not knowing what was going on. But at the end of it, it was probably one of the highlights of this year for me. It allowed me to understand what grace is again. And that as a pastor, sometimes I teach about grace, but most of the time I forget about grace. And at the same time, I'm a missionary in the back of my head, and so I'm always moving forward. I want to move forward, plant churches, plant ministry. But now that I'm pastoring a church, I think God is teaching me or giving me new tools, which is to pastor. And the biggest thing about pastoring is that you need a lot of grace. You need to give people a lot of grace. So this is what I got out of it. This will be great, not only for Mongolians or Koreans or whatever. I think it'll be just great for everybody. Just to take a time out, and I'm not going to give you a lot of details because John told me nothing. I'm not going to give you nothing. But it'll be wonderful, not only for Mongolians or other nationality, but it'll be great for everybody because we all come from grace. There isn't anyone here that hasn't experienced grace. Okay, if you haven't, you don't really belong here. And for us, we have to live in the presence of grace. You know, what does that mean? We have to give each other grace. And then what we need to do is, for the future, we need to be able to share that grace that we have gotten. And this experience of this great banquet is, I believe, when I've done something like this 4 times. So it wasn't a life-changing moment for me, but for those who have never done it before, it could be a life-changing moment, being loved by so many people. So I would highly, highly recommend it. Okay? Enough of that said. Around 1950, something like that. I'm gonna make this real quick, okay? Korea was one of the one of the poorest country in the world. Okay, and if you go right now in the middle of Seoul, there is a cemetery, and in that cemetery there is over 340 cemetery with the stone head with the names of missionaries from abroad. Korea right now is one of the top 11 richest country in the world. And if you go back in history, it is built by missionaries. Okay? And when you walk in that ceremony, it seems like, for me, I walked into a holy ground. Right? And what I want to encourage everybody here, whether you're Mongolians or not Mongolians, what you do for this ministry will have an everlasting impact. It will change people group. It will change a nation. It will change the globe. Do you know how much? I'm sure you, if you look in your house, you will have something from Samsung or LG. Right? Either you're driving a Hyundai car or you're watching a Korean a drama or listening to Korean K-pop. You're probably wearing one of the Korean shoes. This is the impact of missions. And what you are doing to impact Mongolia, the future generation will see it not only in church planting, but in economics, politics, education. And that girl, I don't know whose daughter that girl is, but she is phenomenal. That is one of the most beautiful dances, and she knew all the moves and the culture. You have no idea what you are doing, sacrificing right now, driving all the way from Pittsburgh Steelerland, flying all the way from, and to do this. And I'm a planter too, and I know John probably thought, I'm going to have 300 people in this room. But then we come back, we got 15 people. Do you know that eats at the heart. Do you know how? It's hard, but it is the beginning, okay? But the end is glorious, all right? Now, so do we want our tombstone in middle of Mongolia with our name on it? Do we want that? No. You know where our name is going to be? In the book of life. In the book of life. And in the next to our name, it's going to say, well done.